What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to play Pulse in Rainbow Six Siege. Before we go any further, the links to my Twitch and Twitter in the description below, so make sure you go check those out. So, Pulse is a 3-speed 1-armor operator on defense, whose special ability is the cardiac sensor, which is basically wall hacks, to be honest. It's a scanner you pull out that can scan people through walls, tell you where they are, and then he's really strong paired with his nitro cell to be able to blow them up, right? Through the floor, through a wall, maybe even through the ceiling, floor bang them, whatever it may be. For his guns, he arguably has the worst automatic weapon in the game, the UMP. It has pretty good damage, just the slowest fire rate, which makes it really tough to use. Or you can use the shotgun, which to be honest is not that bad, but you're probably gonna want to use the UMP just for the range. Either of his pistols are really good. The Musoc has a lot of damage. The 5.7 doesn't have bad damage necessarily, but the Musoc just has more, except the USG has more bullets. And then if you're using that barbed wire, you're literally throwing, like I said, for his cardiac sensor, really good for hitting nitro selling people through the walls, through the floors, whatever it may be. So definitely pick the nitro cell over the barbed wire. So seeing Pulse's loadout, he has literally no utility to place. So he's really good for getting hatches, maybe getting reinforcements, but he's pretty much off of sight. You want to get the farthest reinforcements when you're Pulse, just because you have no utility to place. So you can easily get a hatch and then get back to sight, because Pulse is not really that good if you're on first floor site to be roaming upstairs, right? Because like I said, his cardiac sensor is really good for scanning people through the floors and then nitro selling above them, right? So having him on a first floor objective, you're not going to be wanting him to roam upstairs, because how can you nitro sell people above him if he's on the top floor? You're going to want him to either be playing probably in sight, for example, on reading. When teams bring a Pulse, they will bring maybe a Pulse and have him sit on site with a mute, and then both of them have nitro cells, and he'll call out like, hey, somebody's in freezer on drone or something, and the mute will throw the nitro cell, blow them up, or like, hey, somebody's pretty much anywhere. With Pulse, with his nitro cells, what you want to be using them for is getting kills, getting free kills, and you want to be on your Pulse scanner and make sure they're sitting still for at least, I'd say, 2 seconds. Because what will happen a lot, somebody will be running and they're like, oh, okay. So let's say they're running from left to right. You'll try and throw a nitro cell where you think they're gonna go, but instead of going straight across left to right, they go left and then they come towards you, or they go away, or they just stop and get on drone. And if you had been on your Pulse scanner for that extra maybe half a second, you would have seen them change course, change paths. So you would not have wasted your nitro cell. Being a Pulse player and wasting your nitro cell is one of the worst things you can do as a Pulse player, because you're really important for denying plant, getting intel for your team, and pretty much you're almost like a mobile Valkyrie, to be honest, that can see through walls. Your intel is really important. Same with your nitro cell for denying plant or getting a free kill, right? Pulse's main counter is an IQ, because his scanner is electric, so it can be shot through the floor. So if you know they have an IQ, don't be sitting on your scanner for too long, or you will get floor banged or wall banged or shot through a window, whatever it may be. But to be honest, Pulse is a pretty straightforward operator. You can either play his UMP, which, like I said, are arguably one of the worst guns in the game, especially for automatic weapons, or his shotgun. To be honest, his shotgun is not bad mixed with the Pulse scanner, because instead of having to nitro cell somebody through a floor, you can shotgun them through the floor. So that's really strong. His pistols are both really good. Like I said, really depends. With Pulse, you want to learn what floors are destructible and what aren't, right? For example, this all looks like it's wood and this all looks like it's destructible. This is indestructible. That's concrete. To blow up somebody, you have to throw the C4 more over here, more to the left. So learning what's destructible and what isn't is really important as a Pulse player. I've made plenty of mistakes throwing a C4 right there instead of right there, because I'm like, oh, wood's soft, I can break it, I can blow it up. But no, I gotta throw more to the left. Same with concrete, whatever it may be. But if you're roaming with Pulse, you're roaming downstairs. Let's say the objective is upstairs. You're either going to be playing top floor, or you're going to be playing second floor, or you're either going to be playing second floor or first floor. Pulse's scanners can see, I believe it's 20 meters. So if you are, for example, if you are red right here, you can see onto the roof, right? For if you're on Consulate, for example, if you're in archives, you can see third floor. If you're first floor cafe, you can see third floor. So it just depends on knowing how far you can look, and knowing the callouts is really important as well. Because, for example, if you're just walking around and you see somebody on your scanner right here, you can't just ping and be like, oh, they're on ping, they're right there, because that ping is different for everybody else. You gotta know, okay, they're outside mining on the balcony. Or, for example, like, oh, they're in train above prep, whatever it may be, something like that. They're in dining, they're in mining, they're in train. You gotta know your callouts, gotta know the layout of the map, which is just important for, even if you're not a Pulse player, for learning the layouts of the map and learning everything to do with the map, learning what floors are soft, even again if you're not a Pulse player, because you don't want to waste nitro cell. For example, we shot right up there. Let's just show you where that was, right? So the first place I shot was right here. That was the first place I shot, and then the part I shot that was soft was right here. So it just comes with practicing a lot. You will miss some nitro cells. You will blow up some hard floors that you think are soft. I do it all the time, to be honest. But it really just comes with practicing, just learning callouts, learning when to be on your scanner, when not to be on your scanner. I feel like when you're Pulse, you gotta know when to be on your scanner, when you can't be on your scanner. If you're being pushed on site or people are pinching you, you can't whip out your scanner and scan around. You want to maybe scan around if you are being pushed for a quick second, like, oh, somebody's there. All right, let me lean and pre-fire, something like that. You can't be sitting on your scanner the whole round, especially if they have an IQ or they drone you out. You gotta get off your scanner and get moving somewhere else, or if they have a jackal tracking you, whatever it may be, because Pulse on his scanner is really weak. You can see where they're coming from, but if you're looking this way and they're coming from behind you, when you turn around, it's going to take you a good few seconds to be able to switch to your gun and start shooting, and you'll probably already be dead by then. But that's pretty much all I have for Pulse. Quickly recapping, playing his nitro cell from below is really important. Staying alive is really important because you have very valuable intel for your team. Even if you aren't getting nitro cell kills, you mainly want to be using your nitro cell for a free kill. So if the person you're Pulse scanning is standing still for at least 2 to 3 seconds is really, really important. Pulse doesn't only have to use his nitro cell. You can give callouts for your other teammates. When you are calling out for a teammate to wear the nitro cell, you do want to ping. You want to be like, all right, somebody's right there, nitro cell right there. Really, really important for that. Being able to learn the callouts, knowing what floors are soft. For example, we use this analogy. This is wood, so you might think it's destructible. It's not. It's only destructible to the left of it. And it's going to take some time to learn what's destructible and what isn't. It's okay to mess up. That's how you will learn. But that's pretty much all I have to say. If you enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe. I stream pretty much every day, link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and peace out, gamers.